What's up guys, Random Razor here with another tech video for you guys today. And today I bring guys a quick review of the Boxwave Keyboard Buddy case for the iPhone 5. This case was sent for review, so as always I'd like to thank Boxwave for shooting me one of their amazing products for review. And of course, without further ado, let's slice this thing open, slap it on the iPhone, and give you guys my quick review. To pop open the packaging here is pretty simple. Just grab the top flap here, pull it open. Of course, the first thing we're introduced with is the case itself, as well as a little quick start guide here to show you guys how to connect the case, or connect the keyboard portion of the case to the iPhone and all the buttons and what they do. The other thing that's included, of course, is a USB cable to charge the keyboard itself. I believe the keyboard has about a 2-week battery life, which is definitely a lot more better than the iPhone 5's battery life, but nonetheless, you don't have to worry about charging this for quite a while. So as you guys can see here, this is a slide-out keyboard case for the iPhone 5, and for those of you who missed the BlackBerry or you're upgraded from some other phone with a physical keyboard and you miss it, this is definitely a great option for those who want to bring that keyboard experience to the iPhone. Taking a little quick overview of the case itself. The case portion of the keyboard case here is a snap-on style case, which features a very nice kind of soft touch rubberized coating, which gives you a lot more grip when you're holding the phone, as well as it provides a lot more smoother texture for the iPhone to slide in when you snap it together. But anyways, to install the phone is pretty simple. Just go button side, or actually in this case, I'd go right side first and then snap the case together. You're pretty much good to go. Like most snap-on style cases, the entire top portion of the iPhone is exposed, so you have full access to the power button here, as well as a large cutout for the volume keys, as well as the vibrate rocker. And finally, of course, a large cutout for the speakerphone, microphone, lightning port, as well as the 3.5mm headphone jack. Unfortunately, the borders of the case here doesn't lip over the top of the iPhone, so you don't get lay on the table design, but nonetheless, nothing a simple screen shield can't solve. The back of the case here is constructed from durable yet lightweight anodized aluminum, which gives a nice finish, as well as gives a lot more strength over plastic. And of course, we have a generous cutout for the camera and flash. And finally, of course, taking a look at the most important part of this case, and that is the slide-out QWERTY keyboard. For those of you wondering how you pair the keyboard to the iPhone here, well, first off, make sure the keyboard is fully charged, and as I mentioned earlier, you do get about 2-week battery life with it, and it uses Bluetooth 2.0 technology to sync with your iPhone, so there's no wires or anything like that. It's seamlessly wireless. So to connect the iPhone to the keyboard case, just go to Settings, fire up the Bluetooth. And for me, I already connected this, but the first time if you do this, just turn on the Bluetooth, and of course do make sure your case is also turned on. And when you do turn on the case, just hit this wireless button here, which kind of sets off the Bluetooth to pair with the device. So just hit that, and you'll see a blue light flashing. Now for those of you the first time doing this, it will ask you to punch in a few numbers to confirm the case. So just type in the numbers that the iPhone asks you, and once you're done that, it's pretty much the only time you need to do that. And anytime you need to connect the keyboard to the iPhone, all you have to do is tap this, and it should be automatically connected in pretty much a second. So what makes Boxwave's Keyboard Buddy case that much better than the other keyboard cases you may see on YouTube? First off, Boxwave's keyboard case features a ultra sleek, low profile slide-out keyboard. You guys can see here, combined with the slim snap-on style case and the thin keyboard, it really doesn't add that much bulk. Second thing is that it's really well constructed. As you guys can see here, the keyboard is out right now, and when I wiggle it, it's not like it's going to snap off the back part of the case here. There's a large aluminum metal plate here to keep the keyboard portion and the case together so it doesn't fall off or wiggle around or anything like that. It's a pretty solid case. The third cool feature of this case is it's also backlit, so for those of you who like to type in the dark, or in a dark situation like in a dark room or something, or outside at night, it's a great option to have so you can actually see the letters that you're typing with. And finally, the biggest reason why I recommend the Boxwave Keyboard Buddy case is that it has a chiclet style, or some people call it island style, keyboard layout. Very similar to Apple's own keyboard layout, where the keys are actually evenly spaced out rather than scrunched together. The advantage with the chiclet style layout is that because the keys are evenly spaced out, you can actually feel each individual key when you're typing, even when you're not looking. So it's a lot more easier, more efficient when you're typing with the style keyboard. Therefore, it makes you text, email, or type anything online up a lot more faster. In terms of the typing experience on this keyboard case, which of course is the most important thing, I've had experience with the iPhone 4 and 4S version in this case, so I do have a bit of experience with this. I do have to say though, I will admit I do type faster on the touchscreen iPhone, or on the touchscreen keyboard, rather than the keyboard case, but that's mainly because I've been using the iPhone for about probably 4 or 5 years now, at least whenever the iPhone 3G came out. So obviously I have more experience with that. But nonetheless, for those of you who have used a physical keyboard in the past, or like anything these days, it will take a bit of time to get used to, and and once you get used to it, you will type pretty fast. But anyways, here's a little quick example of me typing that one sentence on the top here. It's not that bad. I'm a little slow, of course, but then again, I'll probably pick up as time goes on. And in terms of the, is it comfortable typing? Do I like it? Is it too big? Feels a little bit stretched out because it is a landscape style keyboard, but that's of course that's to be expected with that type of keyboard. But nonetheless, it's pretty comfortable. It's a nice and solid feel, and so far I really haven't had any issues. There are some other cool features with the keyboard, such as the dedicated buttons here. So there's a few, cool buttons you can use without actually having to access the iPhone. For example, even if your iPhone is unlocked, you're still connected via Bluetooth. So if you hit any button on the iPhone or on the keyboard here, you guys can see it will pop up to whether it was open to whether it's a home screen or some sort of app like the Notes app here. There's also a home button on the side here, so if you want to go home, just hit that button there. Or if you want to lock the iPhone, hit the lock button and it turns it back into standby mode. Few other nifty tools here. You can also turn off the backlit option to conserve battery life on the keyboard. So you just hit FN here, which is second function, hit the backlit button here and it turns it off, or you can turn it on. And of course you have your shift button here for capital letters and such, and the function button I already mentioned activates the secondary keys such as the question mark sign, exclamation marks, and all that kind of stuff. And if for some reason, if you want to open the touchscreen keyboard, you can actually hit this bottom button here, picture the keyboard. You hit that, it actually opens up the iPhone keyboard here. So if you for some reason want to switch up, or if you want to go to portrait mode, you can do that as well. In terms of anything I don't like about this case or anything I would change, one thing I would like to change though is actually the metal back here. Now, I like the metal back, but the only thing I don't like about the metal back here is that it has a really soft matte finish. Now, it looks nice, but when you hold this in your hand, it's actually a really slick feel to it. The iPhone 4 and 4S version, had a plastic back, but with the same kind of rubberized soft touch coating on it. Now, that looked nice, but also it gave a lot more grip when you're holding the iPhone. And when you're holding this case, most of your hands are actually gripped around the keyboard portion of this case. So it would be nice if Boxwave, instead of having this matte finish, had the same soft touch coating finish on the case here, also on the back here, which I think will look a lot more nicer because it keeps it one solid shade of color, but also gives a lot more grip in terms of functionality. Overall, guys, I'm pretty happy with this case. Very useful and definitely something not a whole lot of people have. My favorite features, of course, is not just the keyboard, but the style of keyboard layout that Boxwave uses, which is a chiclet style, and of course the awesome backlit option that comes with the keyboard. Overall, guys, I strongly recommend the Boxwave Keyboard Buddy case for those of you looking for a keyboard style case for iPhone 5. It's definitely something really different, and in terms of the keyboard style case that Boxwave has to offer, as I mentioned earlier, I think it's the best one out there, mainly because it offers a slim profile and also the style of the keyboard layout that they use. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and of course, as always, if you guys have any questions or comments, ask away down in the comment section there down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace!